Welcome back. It's 7:20. Still to come after 7:30. All the latest traffic, travel news and weather, plus the latest sports headlines with Mike Bradley.
And at 7:45, we've got some showbiz gossip for you. But first, who says romance is dead? If you're thinking of proposing this weekend, you might want to listen to our Debt Buster before you go down on one knee. No thanks.
Very own Richard Fenton joins us, yes. Good morning, sir. Now, romance and money.
Yes.
Do they mix?
Well, people would say not, wouldn't they? Say never mix romance with matters of the wallet, to coin a phrase.
Matters of the wallet.
But there are some advantages to getting hitched. I mean, we were talking just before we came on here. You don't necessarily have to get married to take advantage of the points that we're talking about this morning. Cohabiting, I think, is another way that you can do this. The first and most obvious thing is cutting the cost of living down. That old saying, two can live as cheaply as one, and it's very true. Obviously, if you're both living under the same roof, you can share the cost of the rent or the mortgage. Yep. The cost of your utilities. You know, one light bulb's going to light two people as well as it will light one.
Oh,
and obviously the cost of the shopping.
I like that.
Yeah, or even put the dimmer switch on for a romantic evening. You're probably going to save money on your utilities.
Oh, yeah.
Even a couple of candles.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Do you know what? I think you can actually eat cheaper for two than you can for one.
Well, if you look at how much gets thrown away when you're cooking for one person, everything's generally sold for two or more people. You're constantly reminded, if you're single, going around the supermarket, how sad you are shopping for one. The little ready meals, for example. It's, if you're cooking for two, you can add some romance as well.
Dark days, Richard.
Dark days.
So are you suggesting that, particularly with the credit crunch upon us, just find anybody and shack up with them?
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. But there's plenty of things that you can take advantage of. I mean, the second point that we talk about, obviously, is two minds are better than one. And through the credit crunch, if you both want to plan your finances, sit down together, work out your budgets for the year. It's obviously easier with two of you. It's obviously easier as well with two incomes as well during a credit crunch. What you tend to find as well with a couple, there's usually one person that's better at organising the finances than the other person. But it's important that you work together. Don't just leave it to one person. That way you don't get
all the mms and stuff in my ear from
the girls.
Female gallery downstairs.
Yeah.
It does tend to be. Statistics show that women are far better with their cash than men. The old thing that women are off shopping, buying shoes and handbags every 2 minutes. You're more likely to find men running around game stores and buying CDs and things than you are women blowing the hard-earned cash.
Hey, brother.
Joint current and savings account.
Yeah. This is all an obvious one, and people, you need to think long and hard before you enter into a joint savings or current account. But it has advantages because obviously you cut your bank charges in half, for example, and you increase your borrowing power by 2 as soon as you combine your finances. But there are things to bear in mind. Make sure you're aware of your partner's credit history, because if one of you has adverse credit, it's going to affect you too. So make sure that you understand exactly what they've done in the past, if they've got any outstanding loans, etc. You don't want to get embroiled in that particular situation. And it's also important to keep some independence. Keep a little current account to one side that you can both pay a little allowance into, so you can have some fun cash to spend. And of course, when birthdays and Valentine's come up, you can then buy your gifts secretly without the other person seeing what's
get it
going
out
on
the joint account.
Get it out the joint account. Is that what you would do?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And I suppose if the relationship goes belly up as well, you need a little bit of independence, otherwise you'd be squabbling over the pennies.
Yeah, you need an escape fund as well, just in case the worst should happen.
Escape fund, like it. Get yourself covered. Yeah,
this is particularly if you're married. Make sure you've got the appropriate insurances. It can be a little bit macabre to think about this, but it's one of those things, if you've done it, the chances are you're not going to need it. So make sure you've got sufficient life insurance policies should something unexpected happen. And of course, it'll cover you into your old age as well. And you want to make sure if something terrible does happen that your loved one is protected and secure. And also look at things like payment protection policies. You can buy them independent of the loans that you're using or credit cards. So if one of you should become unemployed or suffer ill health and lose your job, you're covered as well on your mortgage payments.
Well, final point. Let's head to our old age, shall we? And should we be saving money together?
Absolutely. I mean, it's the last thing you want to think about now is saving for retirement. But I would say any disposable income that you've got, get it into a pension plan. Particularly now as well, the markets have dropped severely on the city, so you can get some good deals. saving for the next 25 years. The state pension is going to be phased out sooner rather than later, so it's going to be down to private incomes. You're not going to be getting anything of any worth from the government for your retirement, and you want to have fun when you retire.
Do you think that people, just quickly because we are running out of time, people have been put off though recently because of the fall in interest rates, that people who have saved for over a number of years are now being penalised, are barely earning any interest? Do you think that that's going to put perhaps younger generations off putting money aside?
I think it'll be something to bear in mind. It's particularly harsh for people now who've got policies that matured and they've deposited them in savings accounts and they're getting nothing from them. But it shouldn't put people off. You know, hopefully we'll learn from the lessons that we're going through now and the future shouldn't be too bad.
Right then, Fenners, I've got some Valentine's tips for you, actually.
Oh, splendid.
Yeah, sort of cheap ideas. Create a scavenger hunt. Hide all cheap items around the house.
Cheap items?
Cheap. That's what it says here, mate. There's create a CD, mega mix.
There's nothing like a mix CD to say
Or a
I
mix
love
tape.
you. Yeah,
I don't even know what... No one uses tapes. They haven't used tapes the last 10 years.
Yeah, but they're better than a mixed CD. It doesn't have the same ring, does it? It gives someone a mixed tape.
Yeah, it's a mixtape, yeah.
Yeah, but what can you play it on? Your great, massive Betamax Walkman.
Your Walkman.
Create love coupons, back massage, breakfast in bed, things
and
like
the
that.
like.
And the like. Bake some cakes or biscuits. Get a DVD of their favourite film. My favourite of the lot, though, is Stay In.
Yeah.
Great.
Stay in, turn the lights off, save electricity.
All nice, cheap ideas, yeah.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Thanks, Richard, and
Mr.
happy
Fenton.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's to you guys as well.
Cheers for the card. OK, that's it for this part.
OK, time for a quick break. Coming up after...